And hello, everyone. Tonight we are talking about getting the support that you need, both in your business and personally. So I've got a couple of different areas that I think that we're going to be discussing, and you'll get a lot out of this. So I just want to share this to my groups. As soon as I just find it down here. And just share to a group. Entrepreneurs. And hopefully that makes it there. And okay, so I've got it on my business page and over in Entrepreneurs Making an Impact. Let me just quiet down the mouth. So tonight we're going to be talking about getting support. And this is like a really like a fun month. I posted how this is actually a great time. December's an absolutely wonderful time to be reaching out to decision makers, especially if you want to get booked. So let's see. For those of you who are joining in, I'd love to know like where you are watching from. And I will make sure I see like Talene is watching, and I'll make sure that I keep things open so that I can see any comments in case that, because I don't, to make sure I don't miss any questions that you guys might have. So first of all, I just want to tell you December's a fabulous month to be reaching out to decision makers, and that's to get booked, get paid to speak, maybe get on podcasts. The reason why I believe that this is such a great month to reach out to decision makers is, one, it's such a holiday month. People really are just in a better mood. And, even as stressful as the holidays can be for us, but it's such a festive month. So one, you're going to catch people and they're going to be in a great mood. The second reason is a lot of people put the brakes on during December. Yeah, they put the brakes on during December. So guess what that means? You're going to stand out even more. So do the follow-ups, do the reaching out. You will be surprised at how many bookings you will get. Yes, that's right. Because meeting planners don't take the entire month of December off. No, they've still got meetings and conferences that they have to be booking for. So please, this is a fabulous time to reach out to people. And don't make it difficult for yourself. This is exactly what I tell my private clients. Make 1 or 2 phone calls. Send out 1 or 2 email inquiries. Just reach out, follow up with people. Just a couple a day. And that, by the end of the month, you probably, at 2 a day, you really could reach out to, let's just say, like 20 people. That's 20 events. 20 conversations. You could have a number of bookings for next year. So just keeping my phone over here. So great. So we're going to be talking more about getting help. How many of you, I'd love to hear, if anybody here, what sort of help do you have? And I just want to label the question as that, and I want you to interpret that question however you want. What does that mean to you? What kind of help do you have? What do they do for you? And I'm going to share with you some of mine. And I'm going to share with you a couple of stories with my clients, but also with myself in having, some of my team members and how they make me very happy. Because that's the whole point. Like, if you're going to outsource, if you're going to delegate tasks off of your plate, you want these people, you want it to be a very happy, wonderful experience. So what kind of help and support do you have? So my help, let me just talk to you about, I'm going to take it outside of my business first. I have a woman who shows up to clean my house every other week, so twice a month. And she makes me very happy. There have been times where, like, you guys heard that I was sick a couple of weeks ago, and she just happened to be here, and I was just like, hey, like, can you make me some soup? I mean, she's just absolutely wonderful, and I can leave her a list of like, hey, here are some extra things that I need because I got some house guests that are coming for the holidays. She makes me very happy. Landscapers who do like spring and fall cleanup. I had some landscaping work that was done this past summer, and fabulous, fabulous company. Just like people who take care of things. I have people that come in and like, just do some maintenance on the house. I can trust them. They do the work. I don't have to, like, nothing. So in my business, I have 3 people that are on my team. I have a VA that's in Colorado. I have a VA that's in South Africa. And I have another VA who is in New Zealand. And the funny thing is with my VA in New Zealand, if you've noticed my little bit of energy change here, is she watches this during her daytime. So right now, so after the show, so I wake up on Tuesday morning and she will have watched this show and created show notes. So this is what I mean by outsourcing. It's just like all I do is I tell her the titles of the different shows that I'm going to be having that are like for the month of, for example, for December. She will make the graphics. She makes the events. I just show up and I do the show. And then I wake up Tuesday morning and she's put all the graphics on the Facebook Live show on YouTube and uploaded the show notes, both to YouTube and our Google folder. I then take those show notes, and if you're on my email list, you get an email with like, hey, here's what you missed. Here's a link to watch the replay. And from there, then we make little graphics that go onto Pinterest. And so those keywords, again, like people can watch it on YouTube or they can watch it on Facebook. So all of that happens, and really all I do is I decide on what shows I'm going to be having. I decide on what the titles are, and then I show up on Mondays at 5 o'clock, just like this, and do my show. My VA that lives in South Africa, she does a lot of tech stuff. She does a lot of graphics, and she's wonderful. I mean, to be able to have that kind of help, it's kind of like having some extra hands because I can't do it all. So here's what having help does. Having help frees up your energy. So I'm super curious for those of you that are watching, what kind of help do you want or need, in your business? I just want to say hello to hi, Talene. Nikki is also watching. Chrissy, I'm glad that you're here. And Kim, I hope that you're feeling better. I hope that you're feeling better this afternoon. I know that you're a little under the weather. But having help and either hiring help or delegating stuff off of your plate frees up your energy. And what can you do with that energy? Well, you could actually do some other things that only you can be doing. So a lot of times I get a lot of resistance about this, about hiring help, because I am a big advocate for hire help before you need it. And why is that? Because you need to get used to, because the last thing you want to do is, oh my God, now I am so damn busy. And now I really do need to hire somebody. And it takes time to hire somebody. It takes time to hire the right person. Whether that's a housekeeper, it's a virtual assistant, it's somebody to do graphic design, it's somebody to help you with tech, it's a personal assistant that shows up, like at your home or your office. It takes time. And then it takes time to train somebody. So that's why I always tell my clients, you want to do it before you think you're ready. And it's a great, like in a really good virtual assistant will walk you through like, okay, here's like, why don't you give me this to do? And they'll, it's little things. And then it's just like they can add on, and then you get used to having somebody who helps you out, like what Diane does for me. She just makes to me, she makes magic happen. And I think it's so funny because I know that she's going to be watching this afterwards. She makes absolute magic happen, and it makes me really happy. And because I'm happier, it frees me up. Again, it comes right back down to the energy. I have more energy to do other things that only I can do. So what are some of those things that only I can do? Coaching my clients, doing this Facebook Live, writing content, strategizing, leading my team. Those are things that only I can do. And there's a lot more that only that I can do, but hopefully you get the picture. One of the ways that a lot of people, they're always yeah, but I don't know what to delegate. I don't know what to give to a VA. And I have this time tracking system. And if you're interested, all you have to do is pipe down, in the comments, yes, I want the time tracking, or feel free to send me a direct message asking me for the time tracking. And it's just I have it in Google, and it's for a week. It's 7 days, and it breaks it down into half-hour slots, all the way from, I happen to start it at 5 a.m. Not that I get up at 5 a.m. every day, but a lot of times I try to get up around 5:30. And it goes till about 8 p.m. I'm not working till 8 p.m. every day, but there are times like tonight. I mean, it's this is going to be from 5 to 5:30-ish. Maybe it'll go a little bit longer. It depends on how the conversation is going. And I go, and then there are other times where I'm a guest expert on somebody else's private Facebook group or their membership site. And sometimes those events are in the evening. So if you want this time tracking, so here's the key point. And the funny thing is Kim has just joined us, and Kim is a wonderful VA. And if you guys, I'm curious, since I'm on this topic of VAs, would you guys like to have a special guest, for me to bring on a VA just to do, a special show where we talk about what a virtual assistant can do for you, how to hire one, and what to start off delegating or offloading or taking off of your plate. Let me know if that would be of interest to you. Give me some hearts or some thumbs up just to let me know that is something that you'd be interested in, because I'd be happy to grab somebody like Kim to come on the show and let's talk about what it's like to have to bring somebody on. So how do you figure out what you shouldn't be doing, what you can take off of your plate? So again, back to this time tracking. And, I have one right here. All right, this was from Thanksgiving. So this is kind of what it looks like. I didn't do it last week, so that's why it's pretty blank. But basically, you just fill in what you were doing. And so I break it up into half-hour slots. And then at the end of the week, and you want to do this for several weeks. I actually do it all the time. I started last summer, and it's just become a habit, and so that I can really look back on things. So then I take a highlighter, and I highlight, the things that only I can do. So the things that I'm going to be highlighting are coaching, writing content, strategizing, having CEO time, reviewing, income and profit and loss, sheets, going over accounting stuff with, CPA. Those are things that only I can do. So I'm going to highlight those in one color. And then I'll go through and highlight with another color some of the things did I really need to be doing that? Did I need to be doing that? Can somebody else be doing that? Can I teach somebody that's on my team how to do this? Because I tell you what, a lot of times people, we should all be working in our zone of genius. And guess what? Sometimes when you hire these people, hire a virtual assistant, they can do this a lot quicker and a lot more efficient, and they probably know all the systems that are out there and can even help guide you to like, no, let's use this. Like they can like, if it's, like, should I use Trello or Asana? They'll give you the pros and they'll give you the cons, like what sort of accounting software. I mean, like they're like a wealth of knowledge. So a lot of times, it could take me, I can do it, but it'll take me a lot longer to do certain tasks. So that's why offloading it to somebody else and letting them do it, because they're so much faster at it. And again, it frees up your energy. Let's go back to having like a housekeeper. Of course I can clean my house. But you know what? She comes in and it takes her 4 hours to clean this house from top to bottom. And typically, like I usually, I have an appointment and I usually leave and I come back to this beautifully clean home. And I know like just everything's going to be taken care of. And again, that frees up my energy so that I don't have to do it. So again, like, what do you guys want to offload? What would you like to just like, here's something that like come the new year, new beginning. I like to think of, I always think of like the new year as kind of like getting like a new outfit or a new wardrobe. That's kind of like how it feels to me. But come the new year, is there a new team member that you would like to bring on? Is there somebody like, I would like to stop doing X? So a client of mine kept, she told her like, you can't do everything. Let's hire an assistant. Let's bring somebody on. And she had to, I want to say it was like 800 envelopes, personal invites to people. And so she did hire somebody who was in her neighborhood. It took them 8 hours to stuff the invites, the letters, in the envelopes and handwrite every single envelope. And I think it was something like 800, but I do know that it was 8 hours. And that was 8 hours that she did not have to do. She could do other things because her writing out envelopes, that wasn't really going to make her money. What makes her money, a money-making activity is her getting on the phone, her making appointments, sharing her services, getting booked as a speaker, getting booked as a workshop host, in companies, not stuffing envelopes. But she was able to she was able to bring somebody in who did all this for her. She said it just like absolutely felt so wonderful. Kim says, and 2020 will be the year that I hire a housekeeper. Fantastic. I'm trying to remember like who I ended up using Thumbtack, by the way. Kim, I used Thumbtack to find the wonderful woman that comes here. And I'll admit, like interviewing people again takes time. I had to interview, I think at least like 3 or 4 people. This particular, I finally found like the right person. And when you find the right person, you want to hire slow and fire fast. So I'm a big fan of that. And Kim says that she is ready to come on and talk about hiring a VA and what a VA can do for you in your business. So let's see. So I already told you the story about myself, about how Diane makes me really happy. So figuring out like, one, if you want the time tracking, let me know if you'd like that. And then figuring out like, here are some of the tasks that I don't need to do that somebody else can do for me. Being able to have like just these, here's my standard operating procedure. Here's a process. Here's a checklist of things that happen, whether they happen every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year. All the tasks that we are doing in our business, I figured like they all fit into one of those categories. So let's figure out what those things are and who can do them. Am I the only one that can do them? So here's what I'd really like you to do. I'd really like you to find an area that you can like maybe just hire somebody for a few hours a week, a few hours a month, whether that's like a housekeeper, or you hire a virtual assistant, or you find like a graphic artist, so that you don't spend the hours, especially if you don't enjoy it, spend the hours on like Canva trying to create something. I recently hired a new person to do some graphics for me. And I tell you, somebody else, like actually one of my VAs, actually was just like, wow, like you can tell like that somebody went through, because she goes, they're so on brand and they're so pretty, and they look like you. And so I'm really happy with that. And that's all that she does. So it's okay to like, I don't believe that one person can do everything. So that's why I have multiple people that are on my team at the moment, and everybody's doing what they love to do. So let's see. So I see some people want to hire a housekeeper. Hi, Sandy. Sandy says yes to having a VA as a guest, and Wanda says hello. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So one of my for 2020 is there are two people that I want to hire. I want to hire somebody who is an expert, who's really good at repurposing content. That's one of my big ones. How to turn one bigger piece of content, such as like this Facebook Live, and turn it into multiple other pieces of content. So I'm starting the interview process for that. And another one that I want to hire somebody who's really, really good at Pinterest. I'm calling that person like a Pinterest magician, if you will. So those are two people that I want to bring on for 2020. Because again, like I don't want to be an expert in Pinterest. I just want to be an expert in what I do and let other people do their magic. That's what I call like making me happy, is magic. So it's the holidays, you guys, and who here has a Black Friday special, Cyber Monday, holiday special? I'm just kind of calling it a holiday special. But how did everybody enjoy their Black Friday, Small Business Saturday? Basically, it was just a shopping frenzy. And did you guys have anything that you were selling? Because feel free to post those in my group, because there's a lot of talented people that are in this group, and you've got some wonderful things. I'm looking at Kim. Kim's a virtual assistant, but I don't want to put you on the spot because I don't know if you had any specials. You may or may not. Kim Davidson. Jones has a toy guide. She's got some hours that you can purchase both virtually and in person. She's a home organizer and does work virtually with people. Let's see, we've got Wanda and Sandy, who are both authors. Sandy has several books. Wanda just came out with her first book, and I wish it was right here. I would show you. And let's see, who else is here? Let's see, Talina's on, and she is with Mary Kay, and I know Mary Kay has several specials that are going on as well. And so, yes, I do have a special that I want to share with you. It is a 90-minute intensive, and it is, of course, I don't have the link right here, but I will be sure to post the link for this, because it is $100 off, or 25%. No, that comes to 20% off. Excuse me. But it's $100 off, and it is, instead of, I think it's $397. Suddenly, like, I was just like, oh, the light is blinding me, and suddenly I'm just like, I wonder what that price was. So it's normally $497, and now it is $397. You get $100 off, and I will post that link below. And let's see, Kim says she does. She goes, I'm offering a back-end office setup shortly. Oh, I wish I could bring you on to ask you a little bit more about that. So Kim, if you don't mind, if you could type in, what does that mean a little bit more? Probably because I'm just super curious for myself. I'm always looking for how to streamline things. So let me just go back to the 90-minute intensive. It's 90 minutes. You get, if you buy it now, you'll get $100 off, and you don't have to use it right away. You don't have to use it don't feel pressured that you have to use it during the month of December or even during the month of January. You might be like, February or March or April is when I want to use this. You get to use it whenever you want. You have up to 6 months to use it. No problem. Once you purchase it, it's yours. You can reach out to me later on and say, hey, I want to use this 90 minutes. 90 minutes, like it's you and me together working on your business, my eyes on your business. And we will, like, whatever it is that if you want to find the perfect audiences, you want to, like, I need some research. If I need to work on my keynote, my presentation. How do I have a presentation? How do I customize that into other presentations? We can work on your website. We can work on your sales strategy also. Maybe you feel like, like I've been getting on the calls with people and my sales, like I'm just not hearing yeses. Like we can go over that process so that you have a higher close rate. Maybe you just want to work on hey, I feel a little nervous when I'm thinking about using speaking, or maybe I want to start my own Facebook Live show. How do you do this? How do I do this? Like, what would I talk about? We can talk about those things in 90 minutes. I also it gets recorded, and you also get access to me for 7 days afterwards, because I'm sure that some questions will come up from the time that we have the 90-minute to like a few days later, and I'm here to support you. This is like a fabulous deal. I never ever do this, and I will make sure that I drop the link below. So let's see if there are any questions. Let's see. Miss Kim says, Asana and Trello set up with all your tools, Google Drive, Dropbox, resources, branding guidelines, marketing tools, all in one place, plus a 60-minute recorded one-on-one. Oh, that sounds fabulous. That sounds absolutely wonderful. So again, you guys, you've got some Black Friday specials, some Cyber Monday. Post them down, share them with everybody, because I'm sure that there's lots of talented people here in this group, and I want to make it easy for you. I want you to be selling. Unlike, I know that there's a lot of Facebook groups that are out there and they don't want you selling and they don't want you pitching, except for the people that run the group, but that's not how I am. I want you to be selling because I want you to be making money for a whole lot of reasons. Let's see, Kim also added walking you through everything for a smooth handoff, plus another month of unlimited Slack support. I see it. Thanks, Kim. We're going to have to get Kim on here. So that's it for today. But if you're wondering what's going to be coming up in the other weeks here in December, and we're really going to be talking about looking back at 2019 and looking into 2020. Really being very intentional about closing out the year and intentional about planning 2020. More of what you enjoyed, less of what you didn't, what worked, what didn't work, brainstorming ideas, and really coming out with a plan for the next 12 months for 2020. Not only is it a new year, it's a new decade. And again, it's kind of like getting a whole new wardrobe. We get to start all over again. But I do want to remind you that December is a wonderful festive month. Treat it like any other month. Don't take your foot off the gas pedal and just keep going. Treat it like every other month. You are going to stand out, because a lot of people do put the brakes on. They stop making the phone calls. They stop the follow-up. I don't want that to be any of you guys. So if you're watching the replay, thank you very much. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And if you have any questions, feel free to type them below, and I will be sure to stop by and answer those questions. And I will also, anybody want to leave your links to your Black Friday specials, please do. I'll talk to you soon.